Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to be doing an interview with my girlfriend, Beth. Essentially what I did is I wrote up 10 questions for her to answer. She then answered all those questions and wrote them down. And now I'm going to read off each question and each answer. I'm going to give you my thoughts on them. I'm going to try to make this a quick video, and I hope to do many more of these in the future. I actually have already interviewed a few of my other friends as well and gotten their responses back as well. So stay tuned, because there will likely be more of these interview videos to come. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to pull up the questions and answers. So the first question that I gave to her is, what name do you like to go by and why? To which then Beth replied, I personally prefer to go by Beth, because it is a shortened version of Elizabeth, and I have had that name my whole life. My internet name is Eeveenescence, though. You can call me either name. My second question in the interview is, what do you want people to know about you, and what do you want your legacy to be? To which then Beth replied, I want people to know that I strive to be an inspiration to those around me. My legacy will hopefully be one who shines light in other people's darkest days, and I hope my projects and determination help with that. The third question that I asked Beth was, what are you passionate about? How did you find your passion? And why do you feel so passionate about it? Beth replied by saying, I actually have 3 passions: science, cosplay, and music. I've always loved science. I figured out right before my senior year of high school that I wanted to major in biology. As I have been in college, I am figuring out that I want to pursue a career in microbiology to help others overcome their ailments. I found cosplay 2 years ago when I first left my toxic ex. I knew I always wanted to cosplay, but I decided that year that I wanted to go to a con. My first cosplay was Lapis Lazuli from Steven Universe, and after I went to the con, I kept doing more cosplays and never looked back. The music passion is a long story. I will shorten it because I don't feel like giving the long version. I know that I would play songs by ear on the piano when I was 3 or 4, according to my mom. Then I took piano lessons for a couple years. After that, I took violin for a year, but didn't really like it. I did percussion throughout middle school and high school, and I will still occasionally do it today. Hopefully, I will start doing more percussion performances in the future. Recently, I have been learning and vibing with the ocarina during the coronavirus pandemic. My next question for Beth was, what would you say was your lowest moment? And how did you overcome it? To which then Beth replied, my lowest moment was probably second semester of my sophomore year of college, when I felt like I totally lost myself in a toxic relationship. I overcame it and took my life back when I left him, and never looked back. Now, I am freely doing my own creative projects. For number 5, I asked her, what is the best advice you've ever heard, and why do you consider it to be the best advice that you've ever heard? Beth replied by saying, the best advice I've ever heard is that everything happens for a reason. This advice is helpful because it helps remind me that no matter how difficult things are, there is always a silver lining, and there are better days to come. The next question that I asked Beth was, what is something you've recently learned about that you want to recommend others check out, and why do you want other people to experience it for themselves? To which then Beth replied, I have recently learned about Reddit, and I recommend it for people because it allows you to filter a feed based on your interest and get inspiration for projects. So I haven't commented on what she said so far. Because Beth is my girlfriend, I know a lot of these, I already know a lot of the answers, but I want to stop real quick to comment on what we've read so far. So, I think the only thing that I really wanted to comment on is the Reddit thing. Like, since I've met Beth, I've told her about Reddit and like how good it is, but she just recently checked it out. So I was surprised that she said, I recently learned about it. It's like, you've known about it for about a year. You just recently hit it up though. But I have to second her recommendation of Reddit. Reddit is really solid. Okay. So now for question number 7. I asked Beth, what would you say is your greatest accomplishment? And why do you consider it to be your greatest accomplishment? Beth replied by saying, it is really hard for me to say what my greatest accomplishment was. I know I have won a few band awards, got inducted into the Beta 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 Biological Honor Society, and got inducted into a Theater Honor Society in high school. The accomplishment that has stuck with me is getting second place at my state spelling bee because it demonstrates my hard work, persistence, and determination. I failed several times before getting to that point, and I hope my success story will inspire others. Question number 8. I asked Beth, why did you decide to do this interview? Beth replied by saying, I decided to do this interview because I thought it would be a cool way to share my creative projects, and I wanted to help Jet with his channel. Thank you kindly, Beth. I appreciate it. I know that Volt for a while has been asking for like interview videos, and he thinks it would be like a cool idea for me to like do interview videos. So that's part of the reason why I created like the list of interview questions and I sent them out to some of my friends. So we'll see. I mean, if you guys really enjoy this content, I have more interview questions written up and I have more interview answers that I've received. So we'll see. Like, if you guys want to see more, we can do more. For question number 9, I asked Beth, what projects are you currently working on that you would like to advertise? Beth replied by saying, I'm currently working on multiple music and cosplay projects. I recently did a cos test of Reporter Metaton from Undertale. The 2 main cosplays I am working on right now are the OC Cry cosplay and my D&D Bard Sylveon cosplay. For Cry, I'm working on making major changes to her outfit over the course of the summer. I'm actually planning on releasing little ocarina music videos with Cry later this summer, since that is the instrument she plays. And I want to do a similar thing with the Sylveon. However, I haven't planned much of that for Sylveon yet. I'm working on a music collab with a friend where we are playing Come Little Children. And then for number 10, the final question, I asked Beth, what social medias would you like to promote so your fans can keep track of your latest projects? To which then Beth replied by saying, I mainly use Instagram to showcase my creative projects, and you guys can follow my page at Eeveenescence.cosplay. Feel free to DM me if you want to discuss my answers in depth, or just want to talk and get to know me. Thank you, Beth, for doing this interview. I appreciate it. I'm going to leave a link to Beth's cosplay Instagram in the description box below. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, ding, ding. Ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only. Log it out. Peace, guys. Chickadee guy.